What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Pliyo and I'm really surprised to see that the two games that we are covering in the channel are one against each other, 65 and 65th position. Such a good month for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. I'm really happy to see these numbers. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is a really good game and the second anniversary is around the corner. So if you like the universe, I will totally recommend playing that. Now, Etheria Restart, I will not recommend playing that, and I think it has so much potential, but it's not the right time to play the game yet. I think I have such a toxic relationship with this game, and I'm going to try to explain, to give you my perspective on what these numbers mean. Why do we see this drop? Well, first of all, I don't think this drop is so dramatic. I don't think this is EOS. I don't think like that. I think this drop is somehow natural. At the same time, I do think that they have the talent and the capacity to turn things around and to make this multiply by 5, right? Or, to get this like to 12 million, to 9 million. And I'm really surprised to see that solo leveling is really close, that the Jujutsu Kaisen started like quite strong and it's kind of like holding. I'm really surprised that AFK Journey is still here. So I think in general, you want to be between the top 50 games to have like a solid performance, like a decent performance, top 50. Also, let's remember that these charts are only estimations. They don't really cover desktop purchases. As far as I know, it's only mobile and it's not really reliable. And speaking of other games, Silver and Blood is such a good game. I cannot stress this enough. Silver and Blood is fantastic, and I would love to have more time to cover this on the channel. I will just say, if you like Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, it's now a good time to give it a try. The second anniversary is around the corner. But Silver and Blood, if you like vampires and gothic themes, it's such a good game. I'm loving it. I'm playing in maintenance mode. I'm playing every now and then, not really stressing about anything, being free to play, and it's really, really good. Reverse 1999, also a game that I would recommend. Anyhow, then you get into other games like Wuthering Waves, which is like top, and then other games. Of course, Pokemon is at the top. Now, let's discuss Etheria. Why Etheria Restart is here, right? So I keep buying the weekly packs. Like, for example, this week I bought double because I'm excited about the potential of the next LD unit coming up. So I'm trying to save for that. So I keep buying packs. I keep supporting the game. Why? Because I think it has the potential. At the same time, it has this thing, right? Can you buy wallpapers, in Wuthering Waves? Can you buy wallpapers in any game? I don't know. In Wuthering Waves, you cannot. That means that Etheria Restart is better. I'm kidding. This is crazy. This is crazy because it comes empty, in the sense that you have a background, but it doesn't have any perfect lattice. When the perfect lattice economy is so broken, so then it feels like tone deaf. It feels like really disappointing, and I'm not surprised many people are leaving the game with good reasons. But not only this is disappointing, the gameplay loop is disappointing. So I want to show you my best gear, right? By speed, right? I have been playing since day one, never miss a max refresh. I was grinding through the double drop event, and my best gear is a simple plus 15 speed, and then 13, right? And so on and so forth, and 12. So I haven't never seen anything equal to 15. That would be fantastic, or better. And I have been playing since day one. So many people are even worse than this. And many people are struggling to build their teams. But the problem is not only that. So basically, farming content is way too difficult. And the problem is not only that, is that the way that they present themselves to help you clear the farming content is that they are telling to sell you units, fine-ish, but then the problem is once they sell you the units, you cannot really level them up, right? So for example, I invested in this unit that is, the help is coming. So I put 4 lattices here and 1 lattice here. And honestly, it's such a big mistake because Valerian was already doing what she is doing. I was already clearing Inferno. I did this for the content. I did this to do an early review. I did this because I'm trying to cover the game, but it was a massive mistake, and I really wish I could reset units. Even if I needed to pay $99, like it would be better for my account to just reset these 4 lattices and keep going with my life, because I really don't need this unit. But all I'm trying to say is like, you are stuck with your choices. It's not about needing the unit or not needing the unit. The key challenge with the game is that you are stuck with your choices in a game that is supposed to be PvP. It's supposed to reward experimentation, but experimentation is not really possible once you go into the PvP. It's not really possible. Well, first of all, because once you invest on a unit, you need to stack with them. So right now, I would love to invest in Rahu, right? I have 9 perfect lattice. And I know that if I invest any single lattice, I will be short on lattice when the new light and dark unit drops. So then the game always, it's not resource management that is the problem. It's like you have units that you want to use. Look at this cool design. I think Rahu is one of the coolest designs ever. It reminds me of like Chain Soma, one of those people, it's fantastic. And I just cannot use him, because if I invest here, I know I'm shooting myself on the foot. I know this is going to be really bad for my account, so I need to sack it. And kind of like that's the gameplay experience, where you need to invest plenty of time doing PvE that you cannot minimize, like Cage Rumble, Phantom Theater, Ethernet Rally. Look at this massive map in Ethernet Rally. There is so much content. Every 21 days or so, you need to clear this massive map. And I can tell you, I'm actually getting fitter by playing this game. Why? Because I only allow myself to clear Ethernet Rally if I'm doing indoor cycling. But like, come on, like, this game is not really for casuals. Like, people are spending 16 hours per day since the game released. And I think after 90 days playing the game, how many days? 89 days, okay, almost 90 days playing the game. I think now we should be spending something around the lines of like 20 minutes to maybe 90 minutes tops per day. And the rest should be PvP. But still, that's not true. And if they try to convince you that Ethernet Rally is 5 minutes, I really think they are lying to you. And it's the same with Phantom Theater. Only this is already 5 minutes. Ember Track, every single stage is insanely long, especially the ones that you need to walk around. So I was planning to do a review of the game, but I didn't. I wasn't able to get the energies to say something extremely positive. And I have to say, there is something positive. The arena is really positive. The arena is fantastic. But it's just sad that it's surrounded by so much shit. So much PvE wasted time here that, I just don't get it. And the thing that really hurts me is that the PvE farming stages like Rengokutsu, like Sharon, Shadowflame Hoyan, etc. Maybe only Nikonana is decent, but all the rest are way too difficult for the majority of players still. And what's the problem with that? The problem with that is that something that is farmable should be really easy so that you get new blood, new players coming into the game, new free-to-play or new whales. By having such a big wall, then it's way more difficult for players to come in and play the game. And then the second topic is the identity. What is the identity of the game? If you see yourself mostly playing PvE, you cannot really say that the identity is PvP, right? It's like if you say to yourself that you love reading books, that means that you are reading at least either every day or at least a few times per week, right? But you cannot say that you love reading books if you only do that if the last one was like last year in summer, and then it's been like more than 12 months without reading a book. There is something mixing there, right? So I think this is like similar, where the PvP is not really there because you need so much time in the PvE. And the rewards actually of this thing are fantastic because you're gonna get lattice fragments, which you really, really need. You really need these things to build perfect lattice. and then the loop keeps going. The loops keep going. But for me, yeah, it's a constant struggle. And the biggest pain for me is that even after a season ends, even after the changes that they did, we cannot reset units. So I would love to get all the dupes for every new unit, and I would love to do a review of those units. So those are opportunities for whales to invest in the game, but the game doesn't allow it. It doesn't allow it. There is no pack to say, boom, because there's a new unit being released, you pay 200 and you can max it out, all the lattice. Maybe a specific lattice for that unit could be a halfway house, right? Where it's like, yeah, this lattice only work with this new unit. So, that could be a way around this. But of course, like selling skins without lattice is just silly. It's like you're missing the most important item in the game. And the second most important item will be LD pools, what that they're also missing. The third most important item will be red crystals that they're also missing. So overall, I think that there is so much potential in this game, and that's why I keep buying the packs, and I'm gonna keep supporting the game for another month or two. China is coming soon, the release in China, and I do think they will listen to their player base as well. I think they are listening to the existing player base, but something drastically needs to change or the revenue will keep dropping. I don't think we are in a critical moment yet. I think it's fine to do 1.7 million, but I do think ideally, for a game that I remember when the game started, they were interviewing all the big content creators and stuff. They were meeting up with the CEO. So they were investing a lot in marketing. Fine. But now the execution kind of like has watered down their energies or something. Like there is something missing here where the action is focused somewhere else. And I do think we need a massive nerf in the PvE content, and we need a PT system to the inventory, and we need more things so that the focus should be on PvP. And then once they have done that, imagine if they start introducing weekly events in the PvP, right? For example, the meme arena, where you get 3 random buffs, and one buff could be that you become an eagle and then you are super fast or something. You have 400 speed for one random unit. No, something like that. Or another week could be the champions arena, right? So then you can only play with the units from the champion call, and then you need to, fight against other people, and that's it. You can only pick from these units. So you could build different teams, right? But then you only have these units available with this exact gear, right? And then you need to build your own team, and then that's it. Then those units will only work in that arena that will last for a week. And then you need to have a lot of game knowledge to get the most out of these units. I think things like that will be fantastic. And if the game was really PvP focused, we will see more and more of those events. I know what I'm saying might sound silly, it might sound disappointing, but if the identity of the game is PvP, then we should be seeing more PvP. So those are my thoughts. What do you think? Why do you think the game dropped so hard? Are you still playing the game, or are you already playing something else? I cannot recommend enough Silver and Blood. I think it's a fantastic game. So this is it. Until the next time, thanks a lot for watching. And if you like this type of thing, please consider like and subscribe to the channel. Until the next time, cheers!